So, the Bhagavad Gita is a great book. It is one of the best books ever, okay? It's about, see, Krishna sitting on a chariot with the horse speaking to Arjuna, his disciple. Srimad Bhagavad Gita means the beautiful song of God, okay? The holy song of God. And it's basically God speaking to a single person, and he basically lays out the whole truth about life. Now, it doesn't have to be God for real. There doesn't even have to be a God for me to say this to you. I'm not here to sell God. I don't personally believe in any one God. I believe there is a divinity, and I believe we don't know that much about it, but we speculate a lot and we make up gods. That's not important. Whatever you believe, fine. But the point is that that's a great book. Why is it a great book? Because it lays out an entire understanding of what life is, and that's very lacking in Western culture. And that's bad because people are suffering from it. They need a philosophy. You have to have some sort of understanding to guide you. Otherwise, you will be unguided. And that results in social unrest and suffering. In India, there's a saying that a human has to be guided by Shastra or Astra. Shastra means scripture. Astra means weapon. So if a human is not inwardly self-guiding based on knowledge, that's scripture. Scripture is really hearing from elders. Shruti, hearing from elders. So if you're guided from past knowledge from elders, if you listen and learn, then you are self-controlling, you are disciplined, you are a disciple. You listen, you learn. If you are not like that, if you are unruly, then others will come to control you with astra or weapon. Police will come to control you. Armies will come to control you. You cannot act uncontrolled and get away with it. You see? So you must be guided from within or without. The choice is yours. A good human society is one where everyone from early on is taught how to be self-controlling, to obey laws, and laws should be good. They should be worth obeying. So we should read the Bhagavad Gita because it is a very good book on what life is. And if you want to, go ahead and read the Quran of Islam, which just means the message of Prophet Muhammad, and read the Bible, read Buddhist books, read books from various cultures and various religions, compare them in your mind, see what is similar, and see what you come up with. That is a worthy way to spend your time, studying the main ancient cultures of this earth that led to us, that led to where we are, and study European history, and compare. See what you come up with. See what is valuable. You see, life is for pleasure. Life is for being happy. In joy. In joy. We want joy. We want fun. We want happiness. We want pleasure. We don't want to die. We want health. All those things are gotten best or better if you know how nature works and what you are, what works with your body, mind, and nervous system. Like, for example, can the body take you filling it constantly with garbage food? Can the body take that? No. Can the body take constant orgasms? No. Can the body take constant exercise? No. How about water? Can you just drink water unlimitedly? No. There's a lot of things you can't do or you will die or you will harm yourself. You must know. Some of this is common sense, but a lot of it is uncommon knowledge. You must know. You must study and learn from elders. Hear, read, study, fill your mind with good things. So I basically have given my life to this, exactly what I'm talking about. From very early on, my only interest has been knowledge. I thought priesthoods, so I looked into the Catholic priesthood, and I went on weekends during high school to that, and I read, and I was always very religious. And then at 19, I took the big plunge and became a Hindu monk, and that was a great thing to do, and I'm very happy I did it, and it's made my life what it is. And I've spent my whole life since then just studying and spreading knowledge. And It is so, so, so very helpful. I wish people knew more about, say, mysticism like I do. Because, like, I know, for example, that the 7 days of the week correspond to Scandinavian gods. Like Thursday is Thor's day, Friday is Freya's day. Freya is the goddess of love in Scandinavian or Norse lore. And indeed, we use Friday for love. That's when people party and go out and go on dates and stuff. And the days of the week correspond to the notes in the musical scale. That's right. 7 notes, 7 days, 7 planets. Do you see a pattern here? Uh-huh. If you know about astrology and all of mysticism, it's all about linking all of nature. Ultimately, science will arrive at this. They are already. Already we see physicists coming out and saying that physics matches the deepest concepts of Eastern thought, which is also Western thought, by the way. Do you know where Celts are from? They're from the East. And that's like half of the blood in white people. And Scandinavians, they're from way up there, but probably originally they came from the East too. Evolution causes people's skin color to change based on where they live. Hair too. I mean, the other day someone told me that African hair, being very curly and black, it actually gives off heat better, blocks sun better than this type of hair, which lets the sunlight through to the scalp and maybe doesn't give it off as well. This is just evolution. White, blonde, right? When you go to the deep parts of the ocean, the fish are light colored and they're blind. So way up north where it snows all the time and there's very little light, the people changed color. We're all people, okay? These things don't matter. So if I say Eastern, I'm only referring to the current colloquial state of affairs. In fact, thousands of years ago, people in the West and people in the East were less discernible. Definitely less discernible. What I mean is, take a Celtic warrior from Ireland and a Mongolian warrior from China and a warrior from India, and you'll find things like armor, leather armor, okay? We have some right here. Whoops. Mike fell down while reaching for armor. It's an omen. What does it mean? It means that war interrupts good speaking. Okay, but here we go. This is my body armor. I made it. It's a big hunk of leather. Okay? This is what Romans, Celts, Germans, everybody wore. Mongolians, whatever. They would make themselves a nice leather, heavy leather vest. Okay? This is hardened leather. It's something they knew how to do. See this? This is a dirk, a Scottish knife. Very, very sharp. Very sharp, okay? Very illegal on the street in Oregon, okay? Watch this. It's not going through. I'm hitting it extremely hard. See my hand? All right? Now, if there was a person in there holding that steady, it would go through, but not as far as it would if there was no leather, okay? So they had leather armor. Thank God we're not in these days anymore, people. This is not fun. Sheath the knife.